Hey, what's going on, guys? Bob Mentality here, and I just want to do some technical analysis on the ES, VIX, some beta, and a couple tech names. We finally got some downside confirmation, and so the market finally got a little bit interesting. I've been pretty bored through this earnings week, and I just want to show you what I'm looking at. So here on the hourly, you can see we've seen consistent higher lows here since the 26th, just on the hourly, all the way up. You know, surviving every earnings report. Netflix got killed. We made it through, brought it back. Apple and Amazon both got killed, and we still survived it pre-market, right? And then as soon as the market opened, we saw that liquidity come in, and we got slammed to the downside. Hasty and strong downside confirmation all the way into that 41.18 lows. The most important thing to note here is in the short term, we did not breach this 4101. That is going to be the main watch future Sunday and Monday session. Okay, once we break that 4101, if we break that 4101, I mean the next reference, guys, is 4,000. A lot of demand, of course, 3,400, 3,600. I don't think we go that low, but this 4,000, 3,800 range is entirely possible. Okay. Actually, what would be optimal is we see, if you notice here on the weekly, we've seen 1, 2, 3, 4 red weeks in a row. We snap this low, head to 4,000, flush out all these stop losses that are based around this 4101, then look for the bounce around that 4,000 area, 3,900, 4,000 area, right? That would be optimal. Yes, this is technically demand. We're sitting here right above 4,100, but given the fact that we've seen 4 red weeks in a row straight down into this supply, and I think we're seeing some money exit the market. Check out the VIX here on the right. We moved up. We're at 33.40 into the close there on the VIX. VIX gets very exciting for me over 36. Let me just go ahead and throw an alert out there. Once we get over 36, this is a high probability area to sell premium. Selling call side verticals, credit spreads can pay a lot. Look on the daily chart. Look at the probability on a 2-week time span of VIX being over 36. As you can see, there's only been a couple days we've even closed over 36. Okay, zoom out on the weekly, you can see that if we get to 38, that's even a higher probability winning scenario. Selling credit spreads when the VIX is elevated on the VIX is a high probability win scenario. Even if you look back here during the coronavirus parabolic all the way up here to 85, even then we couldn't spend more than a couple days at these elevated ranges. So just keep that in mind. That's a play that we'll probably be setting up here early into next week. As if we can see this ES capitulate down towards 4,000, maybe slightly below, that would be the golden setup, and I'll be keeping an eye out for that because VIX at that time should go from 33 probably up to 38, 39, 40. Sell some call verticals on the VIX, scoop some beta names long, and that will be the washout long play that I'll be looking for. Just jump in and look at some major beta names before I get out of here. Apple. If we see that ES go to 4,000, Apple should come down here through that 150. I don't know how much further. As you can see, it's a pretty significant higher low compared to the ES here. Make sure I'm on the same time frame. Compared to the ES, we're at a small, essentially a double bottom, right? But Apple has some room off it, so there's some bullish divergence there on Apple. Even after its earnings and dropping all the way down to 153 lows after that earnings report, it recouped the entire move. The only reason it sold it off was because the whole market sold off. That's pretty bullish, guys. Amazon still getting walked down after it got killed after earnings. This one definitely isn't bearish divergence. This name gets interesting around that 2,200, 2,000 mark. We should be somewhere in this zone if ES hits 4,000. Actually, I'll take that back. We might see 2,200, 2,300 if ES hits 4,000 or just snaps 4,000. That sounds about right. NVIDIA. Zoom in here on the video. Look at the 4-hour. Definitely bearish divergence. It already snapped those previous March lows, and we're heading lower. NVIDIA gets interesting for me when we're sitting closer to 160, 155, 160. NVIDIA gets very interesting. Okay. AMD gets interesting. We're sitting on 85 now. AMD probably will extend towards lows of 70 if we see this move on the ES down through 4K. So 60 to 70 would be a pretty sick buy zone there on AMD. Microsoft, wake me up at 240 pretty much. Yeah, 235, 240 would be a good demand area to keep an eye on. And last but not least, Tesla. Okay, Tesla. This one's kind of difficult to play. It's not as clean of a chart. Definitely a bullish divergence here. 700 on Tesla would be very interesting to see that again. I doubt we do. I really doubt we do, but that would be a great target. Tesla, after it was announced that Elon was no longer selling to help finance Twitter, look at the gap. Almost 100-point move there on the gap parabolic. This is a pretty strong bullish divergence name. You can see how much higher we are over those March lows of 700. If we can revisit 700, that would be a very interesting washout long scoop. So that's all I got here for you guys today. Remember to stay focused, develop that bot mentality, which is the trading mentality, where you learn to eliminate your emotions so you can trade like a machine, guys. I'm out of here. Deuces.